Are you selling what people want or what people need? It's important to consider because people don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. The two may be linked, but they're not the same thing at all. Wants and needs are very different, and in marketing it's easy to get the two confused or to focus on the wrong one. I'm Simon Batchelor, and in this video I'll explain the difference between people's wants and needs and why it matters for your marketing. The distinction between wants and needs is often clearer to you than it is to the client, especially in coaching and similar supportive services where the client might want to do or feel things differently but doesn't know what they need to do to get there. The marketing pitfall is that you, as the expert, can see what they need to do, and so you focus your marketing and content on those needs. But this rarely works because people aren't thinking about what they need, they're actually thinking about what they want. Often what they need is not at the front of their minds, and it's certainly not what they're basing their purchasing decisions on. By focusing on their needs with your marketing, you're on the wrong wavelength. This might be why people are not engaging with your message, because to them your message simply isn't relevant. To understand your ideal client's point of view better, it's important to understand the difference between their perceived needs and wants. So let's start with needs. A need is something that is necessary for survival or achieving a basic level of well-being. It can often feel like a requirement. Examples include food, shelter, clothing, healthcare and safety. These are things that we must have in order to live and function in society. Some people will be very aware of the needs that they have, most will be relatively unaware of them. Being unaware of a need doesn't mean that you don't feel it in some way. Usually it's just that they cannot articulate this need or frame it in a way that they understand. People often don't contextualize needs or connect them to a behaviour. As such, needs can be easily overlooked, unconsciously biased or avoided altogether. The potential client often can't see what you can see so clearly. So how does this compare to wants? A want is a desire or a preference. It's not necessary for survival or basic well-being. Examples include luxury items, entertainment, leisure activities, and specific ways of meeting a need. For example, hunger indicates a need, but how that hunger is satisfied may include a want when you're deciding, I want to eat this type of food. Wants are often what a person thinks they need to address or act upon. They are most likely what a person has in mind when they seek out a solution to their perceived problem or frustration. Their needs may well reflect an underlying problem. Wants often focus on the way in which they would like to address that problem, quite often without a deep understanding of it. Once someone has decided what they want, trying to persuade them that they actually need something different is really difficult. This is where most marketing falls down, because trying to push your solution of what someone needs to people who've already decided that they want something else is frankly an uphill struggle. The solution is to focus on what the client wants and what they're looking for. Even if you can see what they need really clearly, often it's best to save that for later in the conversation or even during the work that you do. For your marketing to be effective, it's far easier to help people better understand more about what they want. By encouraging them to explore their current situation, or to offer a new perspective, or to help them connect it with a new idea or concept. You're inviting people to look at what they want and understand whether it is in fact what they're looking for or not. So needs and wants both play important roles in people's purchasing decisions. It's important to recognise the difference between them and consider how we speak about them in order to help them make an informed decision. You might be now thinking, well, this sounds great, but how do I know what people want? The reality is that most people can't actually articulate what they want, but they still want it anyway. So if you ask people what they want, they might not be able to tell you. Part of ethical marketing is to use your expertise and deeper understanding to shed light on a potential client's wants and underlying needs in a way that makes them think, that's me. So even if you know that through working with you they will work on and maybe even resolve their underlying needs, those needs may not be clear to them yet. Your marketing content and conversations should therefore initially speak to the wants. In time, the needs will emerge and become clearer to the clients, and then they can be worked on. By considering both the needs and the wants, you're looking at the bigger picture and applying your knowledge and understanding to where they are now. So here's some key questions to ask to help you understand the client's wants. Think about how they would describe what they want to a friend or a colleague. What would they type into a search engine to find out more about their situation? What questions are they asking you? Are they focused on solutions or satisfaction? Listening to what the client says is one of the best ways to learn about how they articulate their wants. If we begin by talking to a potential client about what we can see they need, they won't believe that we can deliver what they really want, even though that might be what they really need. So when you do your marketing, it's really important to talk to them about what they want and then deliver to them what they need through the work that they do with you. If you want to know more about your ideal client's needs and wants and how you can talk to them effectively in your marketing, then do consider my book, Reframing Marketing. It's a 3-step guide to ethical and effective marketing, and in it we dive deep into how you can get to know your ideal client better, talk to them about what they want, and give them what they really need. You can find out more and order your copy at reframingmarketing.com. I'll see you in the next video.